Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Young Preach, probably better known as Pastor Magic. And today I got my green, red, Samut Dinosaurs deck. I know it's crazy. If you guys been watching my past videos, I've been hyped about this format coming through. It's definitely gonna highlight Samut's ultimate, and I think a lot of people sleeping on it. So as soon as this came out online, I quickly built this deck. I probably played it like twice, so it still has a lot of kinks and wrinkles to be ironed out. But for the most part, I lost one and won one. So it's kind of still in the process of becoming something great. So um, this is a commentary. Unfortunately, when I was recording this, I had my microphone muted the whole time, and I just realized while editing, uh, I don't have any audio, so I'm going back over the gameplay, so it's not just a boring, video with no audio. So, um, you may see some dinosaurs in here that, of course, are that is going to be thrown in here. You may not see certain ones. One, because of budget. I mean, it is called Broke Man's Magic, so there you go. But it's definitely still competitive. I'm not just throwing any random dinosaurs in here. I tried to keep it mainly dinosaurs. I did add four brawlers in here and three servants of the Conduit. So those are the only non-dinosaur creatures in this whole entire deck. So other than that, I think it's pretty tribal. Tribal is gonna get pretty much. So um, just a quick breakdown. If you didn't see the card list, I'm running 22 lands, 11 other cards. Like four shocks, three Attune Ethers, four lightning strikes, and 23 creatures with four planeswalkers. Now I know it's a rule. Normally people don't like to play, only three legendary, planeswalkers. But this deck needs Salmon out as soon as possible. When people see her, on the battlefield, they're gonna definitely take her out. So you definitely need to quickly find one in your deck and play it again, because that double strike, her -2 does help, but her double strike and her -7 ability is definitely the game changer. So I say, hey, the more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? Um, so uh, the forward drop is definitely something that I'm considering in changing out. Sorry. It's a four drop, one red, 5/5. Stats is beautiful, but uh, bonded Horncrest. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Can't attack or block alone. So as you see, in like the next turn, is really gonna kind of hold me back. Um, because you can play it for sure, but other than that, it's just gonna be sitting there for no reason. Kind of like a god, you know, just sitting out there, and it's not activated. You just have a pretty expensive card on the field doing nothing. You know, so like I said, it's in the process of getting the wrinkles out. Um, Daggertooth. I was kind of skeptical, but once again, as you see how this game plays out, gaining the two life, when he hurry up and you know took it out, that two life is gonna help. Now, I mean, when you're setting up your deck, you don't really, kind of figure, oh, if I just lose two life, this gaining the two life is gonna be a game changer. Not really. I wouldn't recommend like adding it if you can add in better three drops. But I mean, if you're trying to look for a nice card to throw in for a 3 slot, this is definitely I think it's definitely worth it. A 3/2 for a 3 drop. Stats is already, pretty solid on there. So, but he did kind of hurt me with the magma spray. Once again, that's definitely the card's weakness. A freaking shot can just take it out. So he definitely swings in for 4. And I remember me saying dang, can't believe that happened. How could you do this to me? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so as you see, I have a Samut. If he wouldn't have shocked my creature, I definitely would have played Samut here and swung in, double strike. But that's not the case. So I don't want to just throw Samut out there. Of course, I mean, if you played Magic for 2 days, and I should just throw your Planewalker out there, because he's gonna die. And her -2 does do 2 damage to creature, or you can split it up or whatever. But it's definitely not enough to kill this dude. If so, I definitely would have played it. But I just got settled for playing another Daggertooth. It was really like my only option here. I could have just added in my other mountain and played 2 lightning strikes, but it's kind of excessive, like it's not that big of a deal, This card here, the favorite one, is really I've never played against it. I never played, it in my deck at all. So, it was definitely interesting seeing how my opponent played it, and he played it well. I mean, he, Magma Spray once again. My Daggertooth. I gained it another 2 life, which is not all is lost, but he swings in for 6. So I mean, anyone else that would have hurt him. That would have put me at shoot. He hit me with 4, hit me with 6, so I would have lost 10 life. I would have been at 10 by turn 5. You know what I'm saying? So on the average, I would have crushed anyone else, but that extra 4 life kind of still kept me in there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you don't really plan for little things like that, but when it happens, it's good to just have it there. So, I ain't crying about it. But yeah, that card, I the only reason why I haven't played it is, your creature, you gotta sacrifice that creature at the end, at your end turn. So, as you see, my opponent really starts to slow down with the creatures. You know what I'm saying? So, if I'm going to play a card like that in my deck, I better have a lot of creatures ready. So it's whatever. So right now I'm trying to decide: do I want to throw out my Samut and risk, it getting swung on, and I'm just wasting a turn pretty much, or do I just want to throw this, big homie out and just get him out my hand already, So let's see what I do, huh? Let's see. So what's my okay? So yeah, he's gonna play another one, which sucks. You know what I'm saying? His creatures get haste and gets +4 +0. So I mean, I'm already kind of shaking in my boots. Like, I got this creature that can't block. It's a 5/5, so the stats is awesome, but it can't block unless I got it. Unless it's attacking or blocking with another creature. So I go ahead, throw on my Samut, only because I have this lightning strike, which is awesome. Not better than Indicary Flow, but it's whatever. So I go ahead, kick up my Samut 1, You don't need a target, so you know it still ticks up one. So I play it knowing that, hoping he doesn't play a creature that's toughness 4 and up. You know, so you know, if he plays a creature, I have a lightning strike on deck ready for it. So let's see if it works out. Let's see. I mean, this is still kind of new to me. I kind of forget what he does here. So my opponent ends his turn, 2 cards in hand, and he missed an opportunity to pretty much beat me. I mean, he could put a 2/2 down, and it becomes a 6. You know, so you know, I'm kind of stagnant. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing any of the creatures. Like I said, I'm running 23 creatures, not seeing any. I'm pretty sure my opponent has a lot of creatures, and he's set up for the win right now. So I'm just gonna throw old boy out just for the hell of it, because I ain't got nothing else better to do. So uh, and as I'm recording this, I'm looking at some other possible 4 drops, and I kind of see a couple. Ronus actually might be good in this deck. Um, maybe because I don't really have any pump spells besides Ronus. But I don't know. Like I said, you know, deck is still in progress. But I think this is a good foundation. You know what I'm saying? Besides this headache right here. So I throw him out, and he throws. Dang, having a brain fart. Um, Bomat carrier. So I'm like, cool. I ain't mad. But then he does this expertise right here. Now I start shaking in my boots, because now he's gonna pump him up, and Daner gets victory. So, and then yeah, then he adds consuming fervor. I think that's what it says. It's kind of small right now, but I'll hurry up, lightning strike Bomat carrier, because definitely don't want both them dudes swinging on me. So I hurry up and wipe him out. He has 0 cards in hand, so I wasn't worried about him adding another pump spell. That definitely would have hurt, but you know, 0 cards in my opponent's hand. Bomat carrier's out. Now my opponent doesn't know. He's adding all this to him. You know what I'm saying? He thinks he's gonna, you know, knock me down to like what, 3 or something. But what my opponent doesn't know, which I didn't know for a second, but then, you know, it hit me. The creature that he took from me can attack alone. So you see, something that hindered me also hindered my opponent, who's, it looks like his deck is kind of built on taking your opponent's creatures and swinging with it. And you're gonna see my opponent kind of like try to attack with it, and 10 seconds later it's like, oh shoot, yeah, it doesn't work like that. So you know, it kind of worked out. Now this little dude right here, I think is probably one of the best 2 drops. I mean, it's not a lot of 2 drops for the dinosaur set, but if you're running red, you definitely have to run this. 2-drop 1/1. It takes any damage. Create a 3/3 with trample token. Now, one thing I want to try with it is add some pump spells that, you know, beef up the toughness. So when they swing at him or try to shock it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, guess what? Now it's a, you know, a 1/4 or something. So my creature doesn't die, and I just created a 3/3 token with trample for free. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just a little trick that I'm still trying to map out in my head. So, I go ahead and throw him down. Eventually, at some point, once my opponent gives me back priority, I'm gonna go ahead, kick up Samut to 7. And at this point, I thought my opponent was gonna scoop, but maybe he doesn't. Like I said, people really don't know what Samut does. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's just like, okay, whatever. You know, can't attack right now. Double strike doesn't mean nothing. So I'll go ahead, kick it up, pass. You know, pass turn. One card in hand, and out of all cards, he gets a draw card, which is cool. I'm like, you just gonna pull a land. It's gonna be my turn. You know, we're gonna have another 10 turns or some nonsense. But then out of all cards, my opponent pulls this one. Control target creature an opponent controls 4 or less. So now I'm like, cool. Now I make a mistake here. This is where I kind of messed up at. I should have just let him beef him up and, well, I don't know. You'll see what happens. I'll go ahead and lightning strike. Kill it. Now I'm assuming I'm going to get the token because it's my card. But guess what? My opponent gets the token. Not with haste, because that would have sucked. But my opponent gets the token. I'm thinking at the end of the turn, I'm going to get it back. But guess what? I don't get my token. So my opponent just got a free 3/3 with trample. But I'm like, cool, it's whatever. I got Samut. I'm about to ultimate. That 3/3, you know, ain't nothing. So now I bring out the big guns. This is where Samut really kicks in. Now, if you got a bigger budget, you can add in some bigger, you know, of the avatars that came out. You can add some bigger ones, make it more messy. But, you know, just on a budget, the surprise that I'm about to bring out is just enough. And I hate that it's small. Like, I might have to figure out a way to make this bigger. But this right here, Regisaur Alpha, call him Mr. Alpha. I'm gonna bring out 2 of them. Now, if you don't know who this is, other dinosaurs you control have haste. When Regisaur Alpha enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 green dinosaur creature token with trample. I'm bringing out 2. So that gives the other Alpha haste because it gives other dinosaurs haste. So now I'm swinging not with 8, but with 14. So, yeah, the video kind of just cut off there. But yeah, this is my green-red Samut dinosaur build. Like I said, it's just a rough draft, so you know, don't be, you know, too crazy in the comments if you do decide to comment. But like I said, it's your boy Young Preach, aka Pastor Magic, and I will be doing the tech deck this Saturday. So subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys soon.